Have you ever felt like you're trying to do everything right, but you're still not where you want to be in life? Maybe you find yourself stuck in a job that doesn't fulfill you, or you are so frustrated and triggered by the relationships that you have in your life. Or maybe you feel like you're not making the progress that you want towards a major goal that's important to you. Or time and time again, you're just not seeing the success that you know you're capable of. And have you ever thought, why isn't this working for me? How come it's easier for them? How come they have it and I don't? If you've ever felt like this, you're not alone. So many of us, including myself, have felt the same. It kind of feels like there's a version of your life that's waiting for you. Everything that you want is there, but no matter how hard you work or how long you visualize it for, it always seems to stay just out of reach. The abundance, the freedom, that feeling of peace and relief in your body. And it's not just a dream, you've been there in your mind. It's something you can almost touch. Now, what if I told you that that version of your reality does already exist and that you can align to it? The reason that you're not seeing the progress that you want isn't because you're doing something wrong or not trying hard enough, but it's because of something deeper, something you might not even realize that has been keeping you on the same path, blocking you from the life that you want to experience. And what if you could learn how to choose a different path? One that actually aligns with the life you've been dreaming of. What if you could start living that reality now? This is the new path, and in this video series, I'm going to show you how to leave behind the timeline that you've outgrown and step into the one that's been waiting for you. Together, we'll collapse the gap between where you are right now and the future that you've been longing for. I'm going to show you how to activate a different life path from now on, filled with the joy, the relationships, the confidence, the love, the success, the peace, the freedom that you've been trying and working so hard to reach. Here's what most people go their whole lives never realizing. There are, right now, infinite versions of your life already existing. Right now, simultaneously. The path where you have the career that you desire, it already exists. The path where you have the relationships that you want, already exists. The path where you feel confident, joyful, and at peace, it's already waiting for you. Every possibility you can imagine already exists. And the exciting thing is that all these paths are available to us right now. We have the ability to tune into the one that matches our deepest desires. And I know that for some of you, this might sound a little bit hard to believe or a little bit out there, but in this series, not only am I going to explain to you exactly how it all works, but most importantly, how you can step into the exact path and reality that you desire.
What would you do if you were stuck in one place and every day was exactly the same and nothing that you did mattered?
6 years ago, I was stuck in a cycle. I was working so hard, putting in all the effort, and nothing in my life seemed to be changing. Despite however many hours I tried to work. It felt like I was living the same year over and over again, just with a different planner. I was frustrated, I was constantly stressed and convinced permanently that I wasn't doing enough and that I wasn't good enough. I would constantly blame myself and feel guilty and ask, why is nothing changing? But one day, after working with mentors and studying what truly successful people do, I discovered something that completely shifted everything. I discovered how to consciously choose the exact path I wanted to live. And that's when everything began to change for me. You might have seen some of my previous videos where I talk about how everything I scripted about came true. From living in Spain to visualizing millions of people finding my videos, and not just any people, but positive people like you. This didn't happen by accident, and it didn't happen because I'd cracked some secret scripting technique even. It happened because I figured out how to choose a different life path. And the best part is you can do the exact same thing. Anyone can. This is what I want to share with you because the new path you're seeking is already available to you right now. You simply need to choose it. And I know some of you might be thinking, well, Lucie, if I can choose my life path, why am I not already living the reality of my dreams? If I had the choice, I would choose it right now. And that's a fair question. But here's the thing. You are already choosing a path. whether you consciously know it or not. While your conscious mind is setting the goals, visualizing the future, and trying to take the right action, your subconscious mind is actually in control, and it keeps choosing the path that you've been experiencing. Research from Dr. Bruce Lipton, who's a stem cell biologist and author of The Biology of Belief, shows that 95% of our behaviors are controlled by the subconscious mind. This means that the vast majority of our daily actions and thoughts are not decided by our conscious mind. They're governed and controlled by automatic patterns stored deep in your subconscious. So imagine it like this. You're sitting in the passenger seat of a car. The destination, aka your dream reality and goals, are clear in your mind, but your subconscious is the one that is behind the wheel, deciding which route you're going to take. You can see the destination, you can see where you want to go clearly, but you're not the one steering or driving the car. The subconscious mind is in control of driving the vehicle. So your subconscious chooses which path you actually go down and which reality you actually experience. So why on earth does your subconscious mind choose a path that's holding you back? Why does it choose a path that you don't want? Well, it comes down to one thing. Your subconscious is wired to keep you safe. The primary job of your subconscious mind is to protect you. It perceives familiar situations that you've experienced before as safe, even if they aren't what you want or what's best for you or what serves your goals. Change, even positive change, feels risky to your subconscious mind. The subconscious will keep you stuck in the familiar because it perceives the new, even if it's better, as dangerous. This idea is supported by Dr. Joe Dispenza, who explains that the brain's primary function is to keep you in a state of homeostasis, which is basically a state of mental and physical balance. So any new thought, new belief, new goal, new desire that challenges the norm feels like a threat, and your brain will try to pull you back into what's familiar. For example, let's say you have a dream to start your own business or step into a new exciting career. Consciously, you're motivated, you're excited by it, you can see the vision, and you're clear about what you want. But your subconscious mind may have an old belief deep down that you're not good enough, or that you don't have the right credentials to start your business, or that it's most likely to fail so you shouldn't even try. Or maybe it's scared that you will be judged by friends, family, or co-workers for trying to do something that's different. These beliefs can be subconscious, meaning that you're not even consciously aware of them. But still, they are controlling you, and they will start to manifest themselves in your life in the form of procrastination, overthinking on the idea. You may start to tell yourself things like, I'm not ready yet, or I'll do it later, or only imagining the worst case scenario. This is your subconscious mind trying to get you to choose the same path over and over again, the one that feels familiar, expected, in quotes, realistic, approved of by friends and family, the one that feels safe. And this doesn't just apply to your business or career goals. This applies to every area of your life, whether it's relationships or money or your health or your personal growth. You have subconscious beliefs in every area of your life, and those beliefs are what's pulling the puppet strings, what's running the show, whether you realize it or not. Those beliefs are selecting the same life path for you over and over again until you do something about it. In episode 2, we're going to go through a powerful exercise to help you identify your specific blocks that have been holding you back. Because here's something that you need to know that the hustle bros won't tell you. You can't force change through sheer willpower or logic. It just doesn't work. Maybe you've tried. And you also can't just visualize and affirm all day long and expect results if you haven't addressed the subconscious beliefs that are still controlling your life every day. I speak to so many people who tell me that they're doing all the right things. They're watching the videos, they're reading the books, they're meditating every single day, they're visualizing their dream reality, practicing gratitude as if they already have their desires. These are all great things. They're trying all the manifestation techniques, but they still feel stuck and they feel frustrated because they think that they must be doing something wrong. When quite simply, the truth is this: They just haven't tackled the subconscious beliefs that are still blocking the path that they truly want to go down. As Carl Jung once famously said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. So before we can get manifestation to work for us, first we need to, number 1, become aware of the subconscious blocks. Number 2, release them. And number 3, install new subconscious beliefs that align with the reality that we want to live. This is where real transformation happens. And I can vouch for this. This has changed my life. This has caused things that I used to dream of to show up in my reality as no big deal, as like normal stuff. When you reprogram your subconscious mind, you can choose the life path that you want and start living it with relative ease, regardless of your current situation. And if you doubt that last part, let me tell you a real life story. Years ago, one of my mentors, Garen Jones, found himself in a very dark place. He was hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, homeless, living in his car, in poor health, and completely disconnected from his own family. Then one day, someone offered him some money to do a job, no questions asked. All he had to do was drive some things across the French border. Desperate and out of options, he agreed to do the job. But when he got stopped by the police, they discovered something that made Garen's heart drop. The bongo drums that were in the back of the car were filled with heroin. Based on the quantity of drugs they found, Garen was sentenced to 12 years inside a French prison. But what happened inside that prison is what changed his life forever. While incarcerated, Garen taught himself how to read. And by some miracle, he got his hands on books like The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale and Feeling is the Secret by Neville Goddard. At first, he read these books just to teach himself how to read. He read them out loud to himself over and over and over and over again because he thought that he needed to read it that much to understand it. But as you can imagine, with that amount of repetition, the words started to sink in. Something inside him shifted. He started to believe, I can choose how I feel, even inside this prison. So every day, he began running around the prison yard with a smile on his face. At first, people thought he was crazy, but then, eventually, other inmates started to join him, and something wild happened. The energy of the prison began to shift. Violence dropped, tensions eased, all because one person decided to change his state from the inside out. Garen would say to himself, I may be in prison, but in my mind, I am free. And then, 2 years into his 12-year sentence, something else unbelievable happened. The authorities retested the substances from his case. And this time, they found way less heroin than he was originally convicted for. And it was enough to overturn his sentence completely. He'd already completed 2 years, so Garen was released. Just like that, he was free. Did Garen Jones just accidentally discover how to access a different version of his reality using the power of his mind? This story is such a powerful reminder that freedom, transformation, and happiness don't start after your life changes. They start the moment you decide to change how you feel inside. No matter your current circumstances, you have the power to do that. In his book, Reality Transurfing, Vadim Zeland teaches us that we can shift timelines, not by forcing, but by aligning energetically. By stepping into the version of ourselves who already lives the life that we want, from the inside out. And this isn't just about someone miraculous or exceptional like Garen Jones. There are countless examples of people from all walks of life who were in challenging circumstances yet transformed their reality through choosing a different path. Take Oprah Winfrey, who was raised in poverty and faced multiple traumatic experiences, yet became one of the most influential media personalities and wealthy Black women in America. Or J.K. Rowling, who was once a single mother living on welfare before she published Harry Potter, which turned into a $1 billion franchise. And then there's Tony Robbins, who grew up in an abusive home and went on to become a globally recognized life coach and entrepreneur, probably one of the most famous ones in the world. And inside our Align community, where I have taught this process privately, we have seen Micah manifest the $12,000 she was owed with ease after months previously of struggling to make it happen. We have Mia, who manifested moving across the world to pursue her dream of studying against all odds. Leanne, who healed a relationship with a family member in 3 weeks after previously struggling with the issue for 25 years. Or Agatha, who moved into her dream home and also manifested being selected to travel to New York for work multiple times a year, which was her dream, despite the obstacles that seemed to be in the way. These are just a few examples, but there are so many more stories of people who've completely changed the trajectory of their lives through implementing what we will cover in this video series. And the important point that I want you to remember is that no matter how stuck you feel, you have the ability to choose a new path. And in this series, I'll show you how. Now, I'm sure if you're watching this video, you're not new to the idea of doing the inner work. And some of you may be even thinking, Lucie, I've tried before, I've done a lot of subconscious work, and this has never worked for me. But what I'm about to show you over the next few videos is not what you've heard before. Because most teachings stop at awareness. They help you identify the problem, but not actually how to shift it. This isn't about more theory or information. We already have enough of that on the internet. This is about creating real, lasting transformation in your life. Because when you learn how to rewire your subconscious, choosing your new path and living it becomes easy. You feel more at peace. You take action without resistance. You feel safe to expand into your biggest dreams and goals. You align with your dream life and life starts lifing for you completely differently. Life starts showing up completely differently for you. So if you've ever felt like you're meant for more, you can almost taste it, but you couldn't figure out what's been holding you back, then this is it. Okay, so now we know there are an infinite number of life paths that we can choose. Now we need to make sure that we know exactly what our desired path is. Because a lot of the time, even if you've done the inner work and you've removed the blocks, if you're not 100% clear on exactly which life path you want, then this will kind of send mixed signals and messages to the universe, which can slow down and get in the way of what you want to receive. So I've created a free tool for you to help you with exactly this. It's called the Timeline Selector. It's an exercise in a workbook that's going to help you to get really clear on exactly what reality you want, what life path you want. So once we do the work over the next few episodes, you'll then be able to clearly and easily choose the exact life path you want to go down, activate it, and start experiencing the changes in your reality that you want as quickly as possible. You can download the free tool right now using the link below. And if you want even more support as we move through this new path series, then make sure to join us inside the private broadcast group that's also going to be accompanying this series. You can do so by clicking on the exact same link in the description. And please don't skip it. Download the free tool. Go through it so that this isn't just another video that you watch and it's a video that changes something for you. So grab the Timeline Selector now and I'll see you in episode 2, because that's where we'll dive deep into identifying those invisible patterns that have been running the show, and we'll also look at how to start shifting them for good. And in videos 3 and 4 of the New Path series, you'll learn how to start walking down your desired reality life path so you can start living that reality now. This is where the transformation truly begins, because remember, you're not broken. You don't need fixing. You've just been tuned into a timeline that's no longer serving you, but you're ready to shift. So let's take a deep breath and step into a new one.